What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Wednesday, June 8th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 10-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I like Shane Bieber. He's pitching against a low salary batting team, the Texas Rangers. Now, Shane Bieber is giving up a .748 OPS versus lefties, a .688 OPS versus righties. He's facing 4 lefties, 4 righties, but I like this pick because the Rangers have only hit 5 of his last 28 pitches. That's a 179 batting average. He's 9,700 FanDuel salary, 100 less on DraftKings. He's averaging 35 fantasy points per game on the season, and he's been on fire, scoring 58, 46, and 49 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He has an ERA of 3.12. His record is 3-3, pitching an average of 92 pitches per game. And Vegas thinks this is going to be a low-scoring game. 7 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Shane Bieber here versus the Texas Rangers. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. I like Connor Joe with a 36% batting advantage over Alex Wood. Connor Joe is batting 14% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .895 OPS versus lefties. Alex Wood, he is pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 23% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .770 OPS versus righties. Now, Connor Joe is 3 for 8 versus Wood with a 375 batting average and a .819 OPS versus Wood. He's 3,100 FanDuel salary, 1,300 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of 267. So I like Connor Joe here versus Alex Wood. Now I also like Yandy Diaz with a 49% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Packy Naughton. Yandy Diaz is batting 11% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .820 OPS versus lefties. Packy Naughton, he's pitching 38% worse to righties as he does lefties, giving up a .781 OPS versus righties. Now, there's no at-bats versus Naughton yet. Yandy Diaz is 2,900 FanDuel salary, 1,100 more on DraftKings, averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of 280, and yeah, I like Yandy Diaz as a nice little value play here versus Packy Naughton. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Brendan Rodgers with a 52% batting advantage over Alex Wood. Brendan Rodgers batting 30% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.005 OPS versus lefties. Alex Wood, he is pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 23% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .770 OPS versus righties. And I like this pick because Brendan Rodgers is 3 for 7, batting a .429 batting average and a 1 OPS versus Wood. Brendan Rodgers is 3,100 FanDuel salary, 1,100 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .260, so I like Brendan Rodgers here versus Alex Wood. Now here's a value play. I like Jose Iglesias with a 49% batting advantage over that same pitcher, Alex Wood. Jose Iglesias is batting 26% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .890 OPS versus lefties. We know Alex Wood pitches his worst ball versus righty batters. Jose Iglesias is 2 for 4, batting .500 with a 1.1 OPS versus Wood. He's only 2,600 FanDuel salary, 600 more on DraftKings, averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season, and he has a batting average of .313. So I like Jose Iglesias here versus Alex Wood. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. We already gave you Yandy Diaz. He's also eligible at the third base position. I like DJ LeMahieu with a 22% batting advantage over Chris Archer. DJ is batting a .670 OPS versus righties. Chris Archer pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 43% worse than his pitch to lefties, giving up a .804 OPS versus righties. DJ LeMahieu is 3 for 8. That's a .375 batting average and a .875 OPS versus Archer. He's 3,300 FanDuel salary, 1,000 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season, and he's been on fire, scoring 25, 10, 25, 19, and 19 fantasy points in the last 5 games. He has a batting average of .264, so I like DJ LeMahieu here versus Chris Archer. Real quick guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, who do we have at the shortstop position? Here's a value play. I like Didi Gregorius with a 35% batting advantage over Adrian Hauser. Didi Gregorius batting 13% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .693 OPS versus righties. Adrian Hauser pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, 22% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .800 OPS versus lefties. And Didi Gregorius is 1 for 2 with a 1.167 OPS versus Hauser. He's only 2,600 FanDuel salary. Now he's 2,200 more on DraftKings, so I love that FanDuel price. Although he's only averaging 7 fantasy points per game on the season, he has scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games, and he's got a batting average of .302. So I like Didi Gregorius, especially on FanDuel, here versus Adrian Hauser. Okay, moving on to the outfield position, I like Manuel Margot with a 49% batting advantage over Packy Naughton. Manuel Margot batting 11% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .803 OPS versus lefties. Packy Naughton pitching 38% worse to righties as he does lefties, giving up a .781 OPS versus righties. There's no at-bats versus Naughton yet. Manuel Margot is $3,400 FanDuel salary, $700 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .301, so I like Manuel Margot here versus Packy Naughton. Now I also like Luis Gonzalez with a 48% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Antonio Senzatella. Luis Gonzalez is batting 49% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .955 OPS versus righties. Antonio Senzatella pitching, he almost pitches his worst ball versus lefties. He pitches a .868 OPS versus lefties, pitches just a little bit worse versus righties, but equally as bad. And he is, Luis Gonzalez is 2 for 2 versus Senzatella with a 2 OPS. He's only $2,900 FanDuel salary, $300 more on DraftKings. So I like that price on both sites, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, and he has a batting average of .322. So I like Luis Gonzalez here versus Antonio Senzatella. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.